Hi, my name is Tim Westbrook. I'm 41 years old, and I have created a couple of sober living homes, sober living communities here in the Phoenix and Scottsdale areas. I'm also a master's level therapist, and I've been in recovery myself for about 6 years.
So 6 years in recovery. Um, why Ironman? And you can ramble if you want.
I decided to do Ironman for several reasons. First, Ironman has always been something that has seemed impossible to me. Just to imagine myself swimming 2.4 miles, riding 112, and doing a marathon just seems something that's so unattainable to me. And I would compare it to getting clean and sober. Getting clean and sober, I got sober and I worked the 12 steps and I got a sponsor and I started going to meetings and I got a home group and I got a service commitment and I became friends with lots of other men in recovery and lots of other women in recovery, and I totally just embraced myself, or I dove into recovery, and that was what I needed to do in order to stay clean and sober. And I would say that Ironman is the same thing. What started out as me just doing a little triathlon last year in March of 2015 has turned out to be something that's much bigger, and I've realized that doing Ironman doesn't just mean that I can go out there and do it. And it's like today I have a coach, I have a running coach, I have a swimming coach, I have somebody who writes my workouts for me, I have a massage therapist. There's so much to it. I get these workouts, and even just today we're 10 months away from Ironman, and I looked at my workout yesterday. I had to swim 3,500 yards, I had to ride 30 miles, and I had to run 4 miles. And not only that, but I just opened up another home. So prior to doing that, I did a tour, and I also did an intake for a new client. And so there's lots of different things that I have to juggle, and I know that on my own it's not going to be possible for me to complete Ironman.
Community. So in recovery, do you think it's more of a personal accomplishment, or do you think that it takes a community?
Being clean and sober, I definitely couldn't have done on my own. It has taken what it's taken, and that means I have a sponsor, I have friends in recovery, I go to meetings, I have a home group, I have a service commitment. I served on the Crossroads Board of Directors for 4 years. So those are all the things. It's like baking a cake. I mean, you've got to do all the things in order to stay clean and sober. And doing Ironman, it's like baking a cake. You've got to do all the things, in my opinion, in order to not only complete it, but do well. Because I want to do more than just complete it. I want to do well. And my goal is to go to KONA.
So much like we were talking a little bit about the community, do you get a sense now training and biking, swimming, doing the triathlon training, are you getting more of a sense that it's actually more like an Ironman community effort, or do you feel like it's more of an individualized, I'm a triathlete effort? Do you think you could possibly make it to KONA on your own? If you were the best triathlete in the world, do you think you can make it to KONA on your own?
I absolutely do not think that I could make it to KONA on my own. It takes so much more, and there's a huge triathlon community out there, which I had no clue that community was out there. Just like I had no clue about the sober living community, the AA community, the 12-step community. I swear, everywhere I go, I see people in recovery, and I had no clue that those people existed prior to getting clean and sober. And today, it's the same thing with triathlons. There's triathletes everywhere, and we're all here to support each other and love each other and give each other that support. And it's just something that has been amazing, and just a huge compliment to not only my recovery from substances, but also my goal to get to KONA. And I'm a member of a triathlon club, Scottsdale, which has been huge for me. I mean, it's like everything I do, I have people to run with, to bike with, to swim with, to work out with, to do my core training with, to do yoga with, to do Pilates with, to do all those other things. And that's how I found my coaches, and that's how I found Larry, and that's how I found, I mean, these are all the things that are going to help me to achieve my goal.
And so what impact do you think that making it to KONA would have on you, have on your influence in the recovery of others, and more importantly, what might it do for Camelback recovery? And you're allowed to be greedy, like say a platform would, you want houses in Hawaii, what do you want?
Right. So making it to KONA, I think it really allows me to be an example. It allows me to be an example for the people that are in my homes, my house managers, my staff members, other people that are in recovery. And it will allow me to grow the business and to carry the message and to help more people, because there are so many sober living houses out there that are just revolving doors. And my homes are not revolving doors. My homes really provide people the opportunity to stay clean and sober, and also to be part of a community that is more stable and has structure and has accountability, and for people to see that you can go from being an alcoholic and a drug addict and to being a triathlete to going to KONA to achieving what's totally impossible is just, I mean, that would just mean the world to me. And you know, I want more. I want bigger, I want better, I want more. I'm an addict, and this is something that I can really focus my energy on, and let's see what happens.
I'm Timothy Westbrook, I run Camelback Recovery, and this is my quest for KONA.
I'm Tim Westbrook, I run Camelback Recovery, and this is my quest for KONA.